The numbers cannot be ignored. 33 years as a major league manager, 2,728 regular season victories, 5,097 regular season games managed, 6 pennants and 3 World Series titles. On August 3rd of 1979, the then 34-year-old La Russa stepped into the dugout to manage Bill Veeck's Chicago White Sox. After 7 seasons with the White Sox, La Russa was hired to manage the Oakland A's. An infusion of young talent led to one of the best teams of the generation, with the A's winning 3 straight pennants, including the 1989 World Series. After the 1995 season, La Russa left Oakland and was quickly hired by the St. Louis Cardinals. In 2011, La Russa joined a short list of managers to win at least 3 World Series titles. It's safe to say that it may be a long time before baseball sees the likes of a Tony La Russa again.
That championship, all the years that I played, or managed. We don't talk about me playing. Talk about me sitting. There were lots of times a manager would tell me, don't even bother to bring your glove and bat. Just bring your pom-poms and 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a dollar. Come on, team. Snap and holler. But the years that I managed, we've had some good times, but never got the kind of response of like 2011. And I think it was a combination of, number one, we had this historic comeback. We were down 10.5 or 32 to play. We get in on the last day, and that's just step one. Now you're in the 8-team playoff, and you got to find a way to get to to be the last team standing. Whenever you feel kind of special because you've led well, just remember, you don't lead. Your leadership goes nowhere unless the people that you're leading respond. So when I think about 2011, I think about those players, because they're the ones that are out there competing and going through the ups and downs and the actual competition. Those of us that lead try more than anything else to put them in a position to succeed. And what I have felt is gratitude. As some of you may know, I've never worked a day in my life. I signed a contract when I was 17 years old. I've been in baseball for 50 years. That's not working. That's just earning some money and doing something you love. And then as I realized how lousy I was as a player, I happened to see my card one time where the prospect they scratched out, they put suspect. So you start getting into managing and you get these mentors and they teach you. And the lessons have been incredible as far as it's just like going to graduate school. The whole team, our leadership team, our goal was to create an atmosphere that was positive, because negatives are for losers, but honest, which means every once in a while you have to point out what's wrong so you can get better. And then the players play. Now, what is it about today that makes this so challenging? I really believe that leadership is more important than ever. And that's because times are changing so fast. This goes over poorly, so I don't know a better way to say it. In the old days, I'm talking about old and baseball days, but it's all, I have our family, and we see it just as far as society, things were simpler. Well, now there are so many distractions. There's so many distortions of fundamental values that what used to be automatic when a group got together that you were going to lead, they were there and they were not confused and they didn't hear a lot of nonsense from their peers, and they weren't thinking totally about get yours, get yours. They felt family and it carried over into their business. Well, that's not the way it is routinely now. And if you don't understand that, then you miss a key part of being a leader. Be careful what you're communicating, because what you think you're saying is not what's being said back. I used a couple of stories that are my favorites, because here in St. Louis we brought over from Oakland Dennis Eckersley. He was the first 2 years. He's a Hall of Famer. and you still see him doing TBS, and he's very colorful with his language, very cool guy, and he speaks in a cool way, which for a lot of us who are not cool, we don't understand. So he would say things and I would have no clue what he's saying. Now what happens if I admit that? I'm not cool. He's getting beat up on the mound. I'll walk out there. This time I'm not going to pull him. I'm just going to try and get it straight. You know, Dunk says, I can't talk to you. You talk to him. So I go out there and I said, man, you know, it's not working right. He says, yeah, I know. I'm just salad. Now, if I tell him, what do you mean by salad? I'm not cool. He looked like he was concerned when he said it, so I looked concerned. I said, well, yeah, okay. And then I give him the old basic principle, you know, just tuck your shoulder, get your arm up, stay back, all that stuff. Okay, dude. I should have known somebody would walk off, 2 more line drives, I come back and get him. I said, that guy, gee, it's not your day. He says, well, why'd you leave me in? So what are we talking about? He said, I told you I was salad. Finally, I decided, you know, it's better to be not cool than stupid. I said, you know, I got to admit, man, I have no clue. What are you talking about? Gee whiz, dude. It means I'm just tossing it up there. I said, when you tell me that instead of saying you don't have your good stuff, your salad, and I'm supposed to understand, means you're tossing instead of throwing and firing. Yeah, dude, what's so tough about that? This whole style of leadership is based on communicating. You got to pay attention to the community. You got to pay attention to what you're saying, what's said back to you. You got to pay attention to the verbal, the nonverbal. When I speak about a leadership group, everybody that touches our team, we include in our leadership group. It's the other coaches, it's the equipment guys, it's the trainers, it's the strength and fitness, it's our video guy. Anybody that on a daily basis or even partially touches, it doesn't have to be every day. We got together and what we wanted to create was an environment where players came to the ballpark and were excited to be there and look to us to put in a position to succeed.